MLK stands for the idea that you pursue what you feel is right, despite all these hardships. You make the sacrifices to do the better in the world.
Well, I think I've really, over the last few years, through events like these, I've come to appreciate the kind of struggles that a man like MLK had to go through in order to do his life's work. And it's just made me appreciate like both the end product, but also the countless man hours of work and struggle he had to go through, him and all of his the leaders he worked with, to bring us where we are today. And I think it's our duty to honor him by continuing those services and trying to both strive to improve our community and also repay what he did for us.
What does it mean to me? MLK to me means a change in life, and it means hope, and it means that our community will come together and be happy and make a difference.
His life, I guess it means like other people to be unsegregated. Like kind of broke the race barrier, which helps a lot now. Because like looking at events, there's all types of people here.
It's an ongoing fight, definitely what MLK stood for. Maybe you don't see as many lynchings or anything, but as we saw with, there's stuff going on in New York, Ferguson, Eric Garner, all those cases, just people need to keep up the fight. What he was doing, we really owe it to him.
MLK's life is not just what he did or what he inspired, but it continues on. So MLK is he's began something that's like an infinite revolution. It inspired Americans and people around the world to continue, and we see that today. People say unrest, but it's the startings of a revolution, and that's something that nobody would have done without that first inspiration and his passion for what he did and the strength with which he believed in freedom.
Well, I would definitely say thank you. He probably heard it enough, but just for me to say that to him, that would mean a lot to me, because he's one of the people. When my dad was born, he only heard about him in newspapers, and then actually I'm not sure if you heard, there was this movie that came out called Selma about the march, and I don't think it would matter to him as much to know what kind of a celebrity he is today, but I think it would just warm his heart to see where we are right now.
I would shake his hand and say, you did a great job, and I only hope to be as half as good as you.
If I met MLK today, I'd want him to know and kind of grasp the scale of his impact on our lives, because that's something that he never got to see. That is the most powerful part for me. Not what he did was amazing and inspirational and great and awe-inspiring, but the more amazing part is seeing what's happening today that is a direct result of what he's done. And so I'd like him to know that, and I'd like him to ask if he would want people to think of him in a different light. We think of him as an inspiration, as a trailblazer, but I would ask him if he wanted people to think of him differently.
If I met him today, I would ask him where he got most of his ideas from and how he kept on following those ideas even though they were violently attacking him. Why didn't they attack him? I'd ask him that too.
Our community needs just more people volunteering like this. Just more people coming out there, sacrificing a day or two, just to benefit the community.
I think the community is missing another figure like him, because some people are forgetting about what happened during that time, and I guess we need someone else to stand up and speak for it.
It's our duty to continue, not stop, to keep going no matter what.
Here in Palo Alto, we are very obviously very fortunate, and we live in something that's often referred to as a bubble. And that bubble is that our parents, our families, and our friends are all affluent and live lives relatively free of discrimination, whether it be race or sex or gender. And that is something that when we go out into the real world, we might not know how to handle it. And that's why it's really important to be able to stand up for what you believe in within your community. even though we may be leaders within our bubble and we may think that we may be doing huge things that on the grand scale aren't that big compared to what other people are facing, I think it's key for people in our community, especially youth, to understand just how important it is to be able to speak up for your own values and morals so that you can impact the world on a greater scale.